Thanks once again for joining us. This is Talk and Fight. Tonight we have Neil the Deal joining me, and we're going to talk about Bernard Hopkins. Let her rip, Neil. Let her rip.
Hello, everybody out there. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you coming out. I know it's a real trying time with all this scamdemic stuff going on, but if you're at home, you got nothing to do, check me out. I'm ready to let you know what's going on in the boxing world. So listen, I'm going to talk a little bit tonight about a guy that I left off my list the last time, the classic fighters. That list was so hard to compile. I had nightmares the next day. There was a few guys that I didn't think about, and they really need to be. They need they deserve the notoriety. They need to be respected. And as we all know, you give respect, you get respect. That's how it works. So, anyways, we're talking about Mr. Bernard Hopkins. Now, I'll tell you, the first time I personally found out about Bernard Hopkins, I was a child. He was actually in a magazine. He wasn't even a professional yet. He was an up-and-coming amateur, and he had a spot on the Inside Sports magazine. Now, if you want to check out some real magazines, sport magazines, go get the Inside Sports magazines from the 80s, all right? I believe there was one that was Roberto Duran, Sugar Ray Leonard, front cover, Inside Sport. I don't know what happened. Better than Sports Illustrated, but anyways, check them out. So Bernard Hopkins, he's a hell of a guy. He has a bunch of nicknames, okay? Like, this guy's got great names, okay? They called him the Executioner. You know what I mean? The Executioner. Judge, jury, and executioner, this guy. There's nothing left of you after you're dealing with him. Then his hip-hop buddy said, it's a little too much. We need to give you a dance name or some thing, you know what I mean? So they decided to start calling him B-Hop. B-Hop, B-Hop, B-Hop. Like, come on now, B-Hop. All right. At the end of his days, the end of his career, after being beaten up for 55 fights, they decided to start calling him the Alien. The Alien. Why? Because you look like an alien, or you're just an alien? I don't know. Maybe the guy's a shapeshifter like Bruce Jenner or whatever that thing is. But anyways, all right. So we got, he's born January 15th, 1965, same year as Neil the Deal. What a year, 65. He was born in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. All right. Now, when I first saw him, I thought, this guy looks interesting. He's in this magazine. He's an up-and-comer, so I start reading about him, a little bit about him in the mag, and I find out the guy is in jail. The guy is actually in jail, and he's in the magazine. I'm like, oh, okay, something's up with this guy. So anyways, he went to jail for being a bad boy, I guess, and ended up in jail. And some guy in jail says, oh, if you get into the boxing program, you seem like you're pretty tough or whatever, So he gets in the boxing program in the jail, and what happens? He's the best boxer in the jail. Starts knocking everybody out. Everybody's done, finished, destroyed. He wins the title in jail. He's the toughest guy out there. Way to go, Bernard. That's impressive. To me, that's impressive. So anyways, you're the toughest guy in jail. You come out of jail. Oh, if you're the toughest in there, you might as well be the toughest out here. So he comes out. He gets a little manager or something, this and that. And he starts up his career. All right. So he basically had 55 fights. All right. He had 32 KOs, 8 losses. Right. He was a 2-time champion, middleweight. All right. Undisputed. He competed, I believe, from 88 to 98 or 97, 98, something like that. 10 years. No, I'm completely wrong. 88 to 2016. 16. That's a bigger stretch. You know what I mean? Yeah. So now he's fought somewhere in the range of 88, 98, 2008. Like 26 years. This guy's fighting 26 years. Okay. So anyways, he wins the titles a couple of times, and he has a fantastic record. He started boxing as a professional and wasn't very good in the first few fights. That's when he lost his fights. was in the beginning. He kind of, first two, he didn't do very well. But after that, and he figured it out, he was pretty much unstoppable for his whole career. So I would just say, if you're looking to see a guy that's like a classic case of everything, he's got speed, agility, footwork, endurance. The guy's endurance was unbelievable. I believe he had more 15-round title defenses than any other middleweight in the world, because he would just, these guys were tough that he was fighting, but he was tougher. He would be down in fights and he'd come back. He had unbelievable heart too, like unbelievable heart. I truly believe because he started in jail, he probably, you know, he didn't want to go back. So he figured, you know, better do something here, get a job, do something, you know. So anyways, in the end, he decided to, he got rid of all his promotional companies, because all you guys out there about getting ripped off, these promotional companies are ripping you off. He's the first one to go out on his own and say, listen, I had enough of this crap. I'm not paying you guys because you do nothing. Kind of like real estate agents, you know what I mean? Real estate agents, they get paid for nothing. So you don't need a real estate agent and you don't need a boxing promoter. Promote yourself. So anyways, he ends up opening up his own promotional company to promote his own fights. Fantastic idea. And he's very successful at it. Now he ends up, he's in a little bit with Oscar De La Hoya and Golden Boy Productions. He has a little part of that, but I think it's only because he wants to keep his finger in the pie, if you know what I mean. Everybody wants the finger in the pie. So you really don't need it. At the end of the day, the guy's fantastic. You guys got to check him out. He's one of the all-time greats that I missed on the first time I went through the list. There it is. Go get him.
Thanks, Neil. That's a great recap. We are a little over time, though, so I'm going to have to end it here. Thanks very much for joining us. Thanks very much for listening and watching. Please subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you next week. Thank you. Hey, go Canada.
Thanks for coming out, guys.
Thank you.
Canada. Always remember, Canadian, we rock. Enjoy.